Hey there keepers, how you been? In this video, we have an extra special shout out for Jilly from Brandon. Just a little bit of information about me, what I do, and where I am. My name is Spence, and I am a modern day lighthouse keeper. So first of all, the really interesting thing about Boat Bluff Lighthouse is it's not actually a lighthouse. If you look behind me right here, this is our light. We actually don't have a big tower, a traditional tower like you would expect in a lighthouse or anything like that, but we have this little metal tower here with the light right on top, and yeah, that's our station. So I guess you could call this maybe Boat Bluff Light Station instead of Boat Bluff Lighthouse. So not only is our tower a little bit different, but our light is actually a little bit different than a lot of other stations. This light is what we call a sector light. And this one actually doesn't turn like most lighthouse lights, but this one is stable and stays in this position here. And you can see that there's actually a white section, a red section, and then over on the other side, there's another white section. So when this light is on, it projects a white light over that way, a red light over this way, and then another white light over that way. And it helps mariners know when they're in a little more of a treacherous area and to have a little more caution in what they're doing. So the reason that Boat Bluff is so different than a lot of other light stations is we're on what's called the inside passage. And the inside passage is used by boats to get from the northern tip of Vancouver Island all the way up to Alaska. And what happens is boats go in between islands and other throughways, other channels where it's not nearly as dangerous as out on open waters. So you can see here, it's actually quite calm, and this is actually what we see a lot of the time. We don't get a lot of the high winds, we don't get big waves, and these sort of things that you'll see out on the open ocean. And so ships can come through here and they can travel safely from up and down the coast without any problems. So we actually do see a lot of different types of ships in here. Sometimes we see big vessels, big cargo ships or container ships. We see a lot of fishing ships or fishing boats, and we get a lot of the ferries, the Alaska ferries and the BC ferry that comes through here on a regular basis. So you might be wondering what kind of stuff we do here. And in reality, even though our light station is a little bit different from other lighthouses, our tasks and jobs are actually pretty similar to other places. So Boat Bluff is a heritage site, and because of this, we are actually required to keep the site in good order and good standing. So a lot of the things we do are maybe building repair or cutting the grass, which needs a little bit of a cut right now. But these are the type of things we do. Sometimes we have to paint the deck or just general maintenance duties to make sure that the station is in good order and looks good. So when ships go by and they see us, they know that this is indeed a heritage site and it's kept well. So one of our biggest and most common duties is to check the weather. And we have to do this every 3 hours. And so what we have to do at that time is we do things like we look at the sky, what the clouds are doing, if it's raining or not raining, if we have fog, how far can we see across the channel, across the other channel over there, and how rough the weather condition or how rough the sea conditions are, whether we have big waves, little waves, or as you can see, this is how it usually is here. We have like no waves. So we have to check our temperatures every 3 hours and see what the how warm it is or how cold it is, and then what our dew point is. And this is all part of what we do when we report the weather. So when we report the weather, we take our observations, we write it down in a book, and then we wait for somebody from the head office to give us a call on our phone. We pick up the phone and we provide them with our weather in our book every 3 hours. This is something that we all have to do, and there's 2 people at the station. One person does it in the mornings, one person does it in the afternoons, and so the weather is reported all day long. It's not a very difficult task, and I actually do have a bit of a video up top. Just check the link that's up here, and you can get a little bit more of an in-depth look at, you know, what it does to, what it takes to actually do our weather. And of course, this is a government job. And because it is a government job, there is plenty of paperwork that we have to do. We have lots of different books and things that we have to look in and file and report and all this kind of stuff. It is a work site, and so we do have to follow all work site protocol. We have tons and tons and tons of paperwork that we have to do every month. We send all that paperwork into our head office. So being a lighthouse keeper, a lot of it actually just has to do with paperwork. If you like paperwork, then it's a good thing to do. So you might be asking, are we allowed to bring family to your light station? And that answer would be yes, you can. So I actually got myself a dog a couple of weeks ago, maybe about a month ago now. This is Marley, and she keeps me company here on my light station. She's just a pup, and she is very excitable all the time. But yes, you can actually bring family to your light station if you're married or have a full family with children. Hey, if you have a full family with children, they are able to come and stay with you, which is kind of nice. A lot of keepers who live on stations without their family do end up having a dog or a cat or a few dogs and a few cats. Hey, stop! Or a few dogs and a few cats. And Marley, stop it. Hey, no. Come here. Come here. Sit. Good dog. And a lot of times keepers will maybe have 1 dog or 2 dogs or a few cats or whatever to keep them company in those long hours where they're by themselves. Stupid dog. So you might be wondering, what do we do for fun? Well, light keepers have all kinds of different hobbies. Sometimes it's metalwork or woodwork. We do usually have a nice workshop or something that allows you to do all kinds of different projects and handy type stuff if that's what you like to do. Here at Boat Bluff, we actually have a boat, which is kind of nice. We can launch the boat on a nice day, which at Boat Bluff is like every day. So we can launch the boat on nice days and maybe do some fishing or catch some crab and have a really great meal of fresh fish. Who doesn't love that? Much of the time, stations have a really great area for gardening or for setting up landscaping, and if that's kind of your bag, then it's a great place to do so because it is a heritage site, and the better it looks for the public, the better it makes you look as a lighthouse keeper. Yeah, we're not so big on gardening here, but we do try and keep it as nice and neat as possible. It is the spring and everything is a little bit overgrown right now, but we'll get on that before the summer. So you might be wondering about other hobbies. Well, your hobbies are limited only by your imagination. Personally, I like to build model cars. I do this fairly regularly, almost daily, and I film it and I edit it and I put it on YouTube. I will put a link to my other YouTube channel up at the top if you want to check it out and watch me maybe build a car. It's very different from this channel. It's more like a hands-on how-to kind of thing, not you don't even ever see me. But it's fun and I like to do it, so yeah. So another thing that I like to do in my spare time is read and play with my dog. But I do enjoy a good book, and a lot of times I will just sit down, read a book, relax a little bit, and maybe I can learn something. So yeah, that's kind of it for hobbies for me, and that's kind of what we do here. I hope that you found this video a little bit helpful. So Jilly, that was your shout out. I hope that you enjoyed this video and you found it a little bit informative. I also hope that maybe you get a chance to stay somewhere at some point in a lighthouse, maybe not quite the same as this one, but a lighthouse somewhere that's a little more traditional. Lighthouses are so cool, and I know there's a whole bunch of like Airbnbs and other places that you can stay that are lighthouse related. Maybe not a full government site like this one is, but still just something really, really cool. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you want to know more about what it's like to be a lighthouse keeper, and hit that bell notification so you're notified when I upload new videos. Thank you so much for watching this video, and we'll see you next time. So yeah, that's kind of it for hobbies for me. So Jilly, I hope that you are